Bucking Dummy. You could do one at a time. I'm just going to air up both of them right now so we can go on to other stuff. That there is beginning to be the new Boz desensitizing headless horseman with a lot of spook. This horse has shown great substance of being able to hold everything so far together. A lot of horses I've seen just put one bag on them and we're there for 2 weeks just trying to get them used to the bag. Get him into a canter and see how he does. Bags on top. Okay. And with all those bags and all that mess, he showed some pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and start taking some of this stuff off. Remember, all the sacks can come off and go in your pocket. Pop them off. Pop them off. Pocket. Now instead of taking all this mess down, what you do is you just go ahead and unsnap on the sides here. You know, I could break all that down, but I'm just going to push this little button. I don't know if you can see this.
Mm-mm.
Can you see that?
No.
There's a little clip right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Let me get this out of the way. There's a little clip. You just push that clip and it releases everything. Go ahead and take that scissor snaps loose. Bring down your stirrup. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'll turn him around here if I can. Right here. Get the stirrup out of the way. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to push that little button, loosen it, take the scissor snap. I'm going to take this little snap here, and with that, your whole dummy comes off. Okay, he's going to go back in his 22-inch bag. You fold him up, put him in his bag, and that's the end of that little dude. Okay. Off and going. And what I'm going to do is take all this, you can turn this off. I'm going to stuff these.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my bit on him. And as you can see that it's a snaffle bit. It's a 4-inch ring, so you can't pull it inside his mouth. It's designed to stop the scissor. You do not want that in the horse's mouth, and we won't get into that. I've designed it so it's in the up position, so his tongue rests, and as you start to pull the reins left and right, that it ends up being able to turn. How this works is that this halter has bit snaps, and what I do is I lengthen this offside and shorten this one, so I kind of get this cockeyed. Let me see if I can bring him over here. I don't know. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bit and we're going to snap it in. We're going to get him used to a bit right now so I can get on him. I snap it there and we snap it into this so it doesn't fall down. Without it, that big ring would fall down. I come around, I place my forearm against his nose and my hand on so I can protect this head, stop him from slinging me and hitting me in the mouth. I'm going to reach across and I'm going to play with this and walk it in. That's the first time he's had a bit in his mouth. Straighten out my head stall. Now to adjust the bit, you want to take all the slack out, pull it down, and it rests in the corners, and you can see it's too high, so I'm going to loosen this up and let that bit drop. Don't get into this wrinkle stuff. You want to take all the slack out. I'm going to pull all the slack down on both sides, and it should just rest right in the corner of his mouth with all the slack out, because when he gallops, his head's going to go like this. When it hits this point, it's going to stretch everything. A lot of people see wrinkles, but when they go around, the horse opens his mouth and the bit is sitting at least an inch or so from the corner. So when you take all the slack out, you want it to sit right at the corner of his mouth. So when he opens up his mouth, it just rests there. It doesn't pull tight, it's just done. You don't want to take the slack out and then he opens his mouth and you got about a half inch or an inch. And don't get it up there so tight it pulls wrinkles. Just let it comfortable. Now, because of this, I could ride, if I wanted to, and just hook. Let me get on this side. I could just hook it to the halter and guide him this way, and he carries a bit. If I want to, I can bring the ring to the inside and hook my rein, and I'm still using the knots and the halter, but I could pull back and get a little bit of a bit, not much. I can ride double, half and half halter, half bit, right there in that position, or if you got to be a real mess, I just reach down and snap it straight to the bit, okay? And if you wanted to, if you had a horse that's got his head down too much, we take and snap these up here. We run the reins through here, along the side of his face, come out the mouthpiece, and when you pull, it turned it into a gag bit, okay? And that would then go up in his mouth to raise his head up. When you use a gag bit, you must ride with two sets of reins. One to gag him, and another set here to turn him. Because if you use this bit to turn, it's gonna pull up and try to turn at the same time, doesn't work. So there's a number of different things it's gonna do, but what I like to do starting out is I go half halter and half bit. Half halter, half bit, okay? And he's gonna play with it, he's gonna mouth it, I don't care. He'll get over that. That's the least of my problems. Okay, now what we're gonna do is kind of like we say, put a steering wheel on one. Well, the other thing is I got reins with my sticks. I'm gonna throw this rope to the outside or just to the side, it'll be fine. Oh yeah, all those years pitching pennies against the wall. And now we have the reins with the sticks. These sticks add a bunch for being able to train because they're gonna cross on top of him. We're gonna do what I call putting a steering wheel on one. I'm gonna cross these reins on the top. I'm going to take the slack out of this one. Here, I'm gonna hold up on my handle. I'm gonna pull out, and I wanna get him to start running to give and take to this. I pull out. I want his feet to walk forward, and then he pet him. I pull out, and I pet him. I pull out, and I pet him. Again, I keep watching this halter, and it could be a little bit large right now, so I'm gonna have to readjust it. There's ways to adjust the bit by loosening this and pulling it up. Again, this is his halter, the first time he's had a mouthpiece in it, or him. So as you can see, as he's playing and biting it and playing, so what? It's like getting a pair of braces on your teeth as a kid. It doesn't take long, you get used to them. You can still eat hamburgers like everybody else. I pat him. I pull out. Pat him. Pull out. And pat him. I pull out. Pat him. I'm going to then walk to the other side. You notice all those bags and stuff get them used to doing stuff like this. I mean, to have a horse that's never been started and starts doing that, you're going, that's what that desensitizing dummy does for us. I pull out and then pat him. I pull out. I want him to follow his nose. There he goes. when I'm on him, and it also tells me which side he probably turns the best. There you go. Make sure if I start pulling his nose around a little bit when I get on him, that he doesn't go too goofy. Okay, I'll go one more time the other side. Okay. How about that? We rejoined up. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let me get him. This is a must. We're going to swap this for a hard hat. You only have one of these things between your ears, and you hope that you can save it. I don't care what it looks like. I got a little jockey hat that I like. Some of them got these little endurance hats, but I put them on just to help. I don't need my head hitting that post, and we don't want that to happen, but we think about things. Slack out, look at my pad. I'm gonna get him up here and get him used to something coming up close to him. Something up above him. All that Saxon stuff are usually a lot noisier than I hope I am. Maybe not. This is where your sticks will come in. Head in. Let him know that you're okay. Remember, that dummy is a heck of a lot scarier. It's a lot, I know it's a lot prettier than me, but it's scarier with the bag. You get in the mesh, you can hold your handle. Use your sticks and go on. Use your stick, go on. Pull out wide and behind your leg so it's smooth. Do not pull back in your hip. Pull out wide. They also can see your hand. Use your stick. Go on. Mike, could you go ahead and get that little let's go ahead and we're going to bring this little get up out of here. Thank you. Just in case you had something, you don't need to be tripping and falling on top of that thing. I go to break him down, I go wide, break him down and pet him. Head. The other way. Just bend him. Always bend him to the lead or something you were loping on. Don't ask too much. Okay, bend him. Use your stick and tap him. Okay. Bend him. Pet him. Use your sticks. Walk him. Okay, I think that's where we have it. We can go on more, and I could do forehand turns. I could do a bunch of stuff and try to do, but I mean, what I wanted to show you is how to put this dummy together, how to get it. If this dummy can do it, anybody can do it. You can see what this horse done in one lesson. It would happen much faster the next day, and you can do it at home, you can do it yourself. You take your time, you do one step at a time in those bags. You have any questions, you call me up on the phone, I'll try to help you. This summer we hope to get more training tapes out to show you how to do those 18 moves that we teach. You'll start watching this horse learning those 18 moves. You're going to find that he doesn't know how to stop, he doesn't back. That's why I'm not trying to go into all the forehand turns, side passing, what I do, because I want to use him as the student to show you how to do it, so when he doesn't do it correctly, I then can tell you what the problem is, how to fix it. Then I'll bring my white horse in, and I'll show you how to do that move at intermediate and advanced level. We'll go back to the next move. Maybe the move is backing. We're going to teach him to back up with no reins. He won't do it at first. We're going to show you the steps. Once he gets the hang of it, then I'll bring my white horse